Hello, and welcome to 5 Minutes with Nate. This month's topic, related services. Today I want to talk about three kind of concepts that are going to help the relationship and collaboration between teachers and related service providers. And the three concepts are understanding, communication, collaboration. For teachers, what does that mean? So, understanding. I remember as a new teacher, I had no clue what all the different kinds of related services were. For example, OT, I did not know what that was. I thought OT and PT were the same thing, and they're not the same. So if your student has services, it's a good idea for you to really investigate what is that service? What's it for? What are the results? What are they trying to accomplish? What kinds of activities they do to help you visualize what the related service provider needs. You need to understand their schedule. I know it's frustrating. You have an English lesson and the SLP wants to pull out the kid. And you're like, no, I don't want to. And you get grumpy about that. But you have to remember they often have so many students on their caseload. So they're looking at this list and they'll start with elective times and they'll start with different times. And then all that runs out. And they're left with English or math or science time. And sorry, and they are legally required to provide these services on the IEP. They try to avoid the bad times, but sometimes we just have to be understanding. Sometimes it's going to hit. So it's a good idea to communicate and really figure out that schedule together, which leads to communication, the next part. It'll help to understand the related service provider on a personal level, on a human level. We see them as some kind of different person who kind of comes and interrupts our class. Who are you? Interact, heart to heart, human to human. When you see them as a human, it's going to help a lot. You need to communicate your class schedule. And if there's a field trip, if something is messed up with the schedule, let them know. Let them know what student needs are. OT, PT, SLPs, counselors, audiologists, etc. have so many students. It's hard for them to know each individual student, and each day is different. So just kind of communicate what's up with that student. What do they need? What do they like? Help the related service provider be successful. Third is collaboration. Don't wait for the related service provider to ask you what's going on in your class. Interact with them. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you're trying to accomplish, what you're seeing from the student. If it's the same area, how can you work together? Open your classroom up. We often think related service providers will pull out the student, but they can come in. They can push into your class. If you're willing to open up and try something new, now communicate and plan and figure it out together. There's going to be less disruption and more collaboration and relationship. Write the IP goals together. We're often so island-like, siloed. Let's build those bridges across these islands. If the SLP is working on something and I'm working on something for literacy, maybe we can overlap or connect or split the goals even. Help the student be successful through both of us working together. So, for the related service providers, the three things. Understanding schedules. I know there are so many different schedules, and it's important to kind of be aware of what's going on and really try and figure out the best time and place for your services. Try to understand the student needs as a whole child. Often we become islands just like teachers, and so we want to look at the whole kid. What is going on with them holistically? We need to understand teachers have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of stresses. Sometimes we just need to be patient. Teachers in that moment might feel overwhelmed. And so as a human, how we interact as a human is going to help teachers feel successful and meet their duties, at the same time meeting what you are responsible for as well. For communication, communicate how students progress. Don't wait for the progress report. Try and find time through an email or a quick passing in the hall to let them know what's going on. When you pick up or drop off the student, give a quick explanation of that day so teachers are just aware of what's going on. Share your goals, activities, and schedule for what you're going to be doing to help the teacher kind of understand what do your services even look like. Share resources. Many teachers want to help and they know it's going to benefit the student, but where do they search it? And they don't have the time to look. They're already looking for how to teach their content areas. Share resources, share ideas, help each other out. Now, for collaboration, how you use pull out or push in is important. I've seen a teacher where the SLP came into the class and ran a reading group, and the teacher ran a reading group. So they're working on the same thing together. And the SLP can be successful in their goals. At the same time, the student didn't miss anything. Student got the language access they needed during the group. It was really successful. And sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. We have to be balanced and flexible in what we do to decide if pull out or push in is best. Like I said before, the more teachers are involved, the more the skills can be generalized and applied across multiple areas. And last one, I want a whole child focus. Means we want to look at the kid not as my services, your topic, math is separate, but look at them as a whole person, a single individual. And that related services and teachers can work together to make the student successful. So again, we all need understanding, communication, and collaboration to help that partnership really work. That's 5 Minutes with Nate. Have a great day.